the average Joe who's taken a step in to someone's life and lending a hand or some form of resource or support to bring that person up. It's about being in a really uncomfortable place to where the more uncomfortable you are, the more the opportunity of success that you're trying to make happen for the next person. According to the VA, there's an average of 20 veterans that commit suicide. It's a displacement of what we have seen, heard, and been part of, and where our mind is trying to find a rest to fit back into society. There's an average of 3,041 suicide attempts that happens between the grades of 9 and 12. It's the most leading cause of death between the ages of 12 and 18. Nature has been working within me and has provided me a space to heal. As I began to heal, I started to develop a lens for conservation and the importance of healing power in our social justice realm. My lens also became sensitive to the communities, our veterans, our inner city youth, and the growing issues that we are having in our environment and within the social justice. My warrior spirit has reawakened. I am finding my strength, my walk, and my voice. My new mission is to create and build a nonprofit called Soul River, where veterans serves our youth and our youth serves our veterans. Through leadership, environmental justice, social justice, and advocacy, where veterans gain a purpose to punch through of what we're going through and the mental barriers and that makes us stronger to fit back into society. Today, Soul River Mavericks a paradigm shift within the conservation world and the social justice realm. By deepening the lives of veterans and our youth, embarking on what we call deployments to nature's wild spaces, environmentally at threat. We use what we create, a curriculum that's taught by the advocacy of our veterans who's taken a step in to help guide and navigate our youth in the outdoors. Our deployments has taken us to many different places throughout the United States. They're filled with adventure, education, conservation awareness, leadership. We have been from the top of the world, Arctic Circle 4 times, down to Florida. A lot of our deployments takes place in the back country of Oregon, here at home. We have a young person here tonight that I'm honored to bring up on stage. When we bring youth and veterans together in these wild spaces, we create a force of nature. This young woman is a force of nature. She's a leader for tomorrow. She has a story. She's strong, smart, she's agile. She's been touched by a lot of veterans that has mentored her through this organization. She has a strong background of peers around her that she has made new friends within the organization. But she's not the last one. We have many, many youth that has risen to the occasion that has also become a force of nature. Tonight, I want to introduce you to Colby.
My name's Colby. I'm from Portland, Oregon. Soul River teaches you lots of things about the outdoors and things you can use in life. So I thought it'd be great to do Soul River. I think the biggest challenge was trying to work with everybody, like in a way where everybody's opinion could get out there and coming up with a solution. When we're packing a certain way, someone would have a certain idea and maybe you thought your idea was better and one person didn't want to listen to you or something, and then you just got to figure out and work it out. With leading people, you really have to listen to what people say and guide them and try to figure out how people learn and try to instruct them to a way where they understand. If one person stops paddling, you weren't going to make it across the river, so everybody had to give their all to avoid all the barricades in the river and stuff like that. Paddling together was the best option. No one could stop, and we have to encourage each other to keep moving across the river. When I gave my river nom, I did say thank you, and I was really appreciative for the moment that I was about to experience. Later on, the spirits, they let me see things that I thought I wouldn't have seen, like how the sky turned a certain color, and that really hit me, like it was really beautiful. After my experience in the Arctic, I'm more appreciative of my surroundings. Like, if I see trash on the floor, I'm gonna probably pick up every single trash that I see. It's important that we turn off the lights, and it's really important that we pick up garbage and not throw it. Like, if we're on a road trip, don't throw it out the window. And it's important to just be mindful of everything around us.
Well, hello. I was not expecting that video. Wow. Yeah, my name is Colby Cantu Clayette. I am 19 years old now. I started Soul River when I was about 16, in 2016. I'm a sophomore at the University of Oregon. And yeah.
Go
I'm in
Ducks!
the Army ROTC program, because let's face it, Army's the best branch. My vision and goals in life is to become an orthopedic surgeon, and while also pursuing a career in the military, and also stay connected with the environment, which is something that became the most importance to me during my time at Soul River. The first time I met Chad is actually a funny story. It was me and my sister, and we were at his shop in Portland, and Chad came and stepped out into the room, and we just weren't expecting what we saw. We saw a black man come out in a skirt, sorry, it's a kilt, and we thought that was amazing to see someone from our community doing great things. So yeah. Soul River has truly been a blessing for me. It's given me many opportunities, like meeting new people, and I got to have connections with veterans and other youth. All the things I mentioned, like leadership, healing, stepping out of my comfort zone, certain things like that I'm still using right now. I'm using that in college. And I want to thank Soul River for that. My first Soul River experience was at the Hawaii Canyonlands, and that's in Oregon, and that's where I first learned how to fly fish, and I caught not one, but 2 brown trouts. And I just want other youth to experience what I got to experience, even other mentors or veterans that get to go on the deployments too. I want them to experience that moment where you get to hold your first fish. And even if you already fished before, that's okay, because there will be other experiences that you may not have experienced before, and I want other people to have that same feeling. Because of Soul River, I was able to use my experience and apply what I learned about true teamwork, reliability, and leadership from the Arctic and other deployments. And I use it towards basic combat training. I came up with the slogan, "I can too, just for you, and you should too." And that can too is my last name, and that's what I went by when I went to basic combat training. And the people there's some rough moments, and people start losing their perseverance or to carry on. So I came up with that slogan to keep people moving forward, and surprisingly, they started to actually use that, and it actually, it actually motivated me to keep going, and it motivated me even more. So now I'm at college, and I'm earning a Bachelor's of Science degree. And what's cool about that is that I get to still learn about conservation and through some of the classes that I'm taking. And one of my classes is a chemistry lab, and we recently just conducted an experiment where we're measuring the density of soda, non-diet and diet soda. And what we learned about that was that soda actually contains like a certain amount of acid, and it's like a phosphoric acid, and if you're not careful when pouring it down the drains, it can actually hurt the drains, which can actually hurt the environment. So be careful when you're drinking soda and when pouring it down the drain. I'm expecting you all to just not drink soda anymore, but I know that's not gonna happen. But yeah, dispose of it properly if you could. So to wrap this up, because I know I'm on a time limit, I just want to say that Soul River is my hero, and a lot of what I learned and experienced through this program is truly amazing. And Soul River is a family like no other, and I will always have great memories and things to revisit. And if I ever needed help or anything at all, I know that I have actually too many connections to go to. But yeah, Soul River allows you to experience just so much. And it lets you find out about yourself, and it gives you an adventure of a lifetime and try new things. And even if you don't like those things, at least you know. But 1,000 thanks to Chad for having a vision and making it come true and inspiring youth like me. Because Chad, you really truly have inspired me, so thank you. And thank you guys for allowing me to speak here tonight and give you my experience.
That's what we're talking about. This is why we do it. This is exactly why we do it. We take a stand, we step to the side, and we make way and we make a path for our next generation to